Alexis, welcome back. Good to see you again.
Great to see you.
How are things over in Oahu?
I'm in La Paz, Mexico with our marketing team.
Tell me you're diving a little bit.
Oh yeah, more than usual because I've made an attempt to come to a new place. So we've been doing some sea lion dives and some wreck dives, some amazing reef dives. So yeah, I can't come here and not go diving.
I love it. You know what? One thing I like about you, Alexis, I've talked to a lot of people that have a lot of products and they like diving, and they do it. But I mean, you live it. I mean, you're really out there doing it. And like you were just talking about sea lions or whatever, which is my bucket list that I haven't had happen yet. Thank you. I hate you. I've seen you posting that on your personal page as well. So you live and breathe this. You're on social media. You thought that integrating what you're calling the share builder feature of the PADI app, you thought it was important to not just post it out there, to have some customization and to flare it up a little bit.
When you keep your dive log in the past, it's like this personal relic that you can share and look back at. I'm using the word relic, but it is like a memory holder. And so now we have the digital version of that. All your buddies can see and like inside of PADI. What if they're not on PADI yet? Or what if they're not an avid diver? We wanted people to be able to share those experiences and get people more interested in diving. But how do you do that with this listed dive log that you have? It's not very exciting. It's almost very intimidating. So the intention was just to turn the dive log into a shareable thing for social media. So that way everyone on your social accounts, not just the divers, can see your dive and understand what it is, where it is, what do you see.
What was important to you though? Because I know the share builder, I know you have an attention to detail and aesthetics. Your aesthetics are on point. One of the things that initially attracted me to your brand, what was a line in the sand, something that you were not going to compromise on with your app going out to social media?
Well, I still wanted to maintain, like you said, the aesthetic and how the dive log looks inside of PADI and inside of your own dive log. But we wanted to create it in a way that still looked the same and still looked visually pretty and allowed people to customize what they were sharing. So just like on Nike running, when somebody like goes and runs and they do like that cool trail and they can like share that online, and there's many apps that do that, Strava, Spotify from what you listen to. So it's really taking what we're all used to doing and sharing it across social platforms. They put so much time and effort into their social profiles and there's like aesthetic. This is a tool so that way they don't have to separate completely. Oh, here's my buddy's dive log and it only lives in here. It's nice if they can actually take it outside of PADI and share it with their audience that they've already spent so much time building. Like we're not trying to compete with that. We couldn't. It's a different thing, but everyone's still on it. And it's also a way that you find other divers and also a way that people can find PADI.
We know scuba diving is a very visual thing, right? Especially since the advent of the GoPros and everything that came after. And people love to share and show, and I did this thing. I mean, we see it. The dives go viral. Social media is so visual. Tell me how you feel about this. I still see people in the dive industry neglecting it. And social media, in my opinion, is the internet now. Do you agree with that?
Well, yes. We all interact on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All of these platforms are where we are currently connecting with people and finding groups, which is why we made PADI. We want to support people. We're not trying to alienate them from their socials. We want to incorporate that. We want to make it easy, get more people diving. It's a necessary thing now. That's just how people interact with each other. So of course, when we were building PADI and I'm logging my dive and I think, well, how am I going to share this with someone? Well, you can copy and paste the link to your actual dive log and share it, that link specifically in a message or an email. And when people click on it, it will open up the full dive log, whether it be in the PADI app, if you have PADI downloaded, or it'll open up a preview version on your web browser. So people can at least like get a little bit of insight into what that dive log looks like. But that's mainly for people who want to showcase like their full dive log, including conditions, gear they were wearing, just as you would fill it out regularly. But the intention of our share builder is to pick and choose and to customize what you share with people from your dive. So your air consumption, that's really important to you and to other divers, and maybe something you would brag about, of course. But for social, regular people aren't aren't going to understand that. They don't even know what that means. They don't know what 300, 3000, anything PSI, anything bar. That's completely foreign to them. But what they do know is you went 60 feet underwater and you saw a shark. So the way that the share builder is made is to showcase those things. So it's customizable. Once you log your dive, and the more metrics you put in, the more option you have to customize how you share it. When you're completely done, it gives you the option to just close out and log your dive, and it automatically goes into the feed of your buddies. Or you can click share. It'll open up what we call the share builder. And there you're going to be able to see a preview image and all of the places that you can go and share that preview image of your dive log at. But say you want to include less metrics or more metrics. You can click customize. It allows you to swipe through all the photos that you uploaded and choose which photo you want to feature. Or maybe you didn't have any photos because you haven't uploaded them yet, but it was a gorgeous location. So it
make some more friends if you don't have photos.
Yeah, exactly. Or it pulls your satellite image, or we have some cool branded backgrounds. So you essentially can choose what image is going to be shown and then toggle on and off which metrics you want to show, your location, the dive site itself, how deep did you go, what animal did you see. So you're able to turn on and off the metrics that you want to share with people. And then you just click save and go back to the preview and you choose the social media outlet that you'd like to share it on.
It sounds to me like you think social media is important for scuba divers.
Of course it is. Buddy is another version of social media for scuba divers, but we can already see how important social media is for the dive community right now. That's why we have our Buddy Explorer team. That's why we have our own Buddy social accounts. It's a great way to meet other people. It's a great way to find like-minded divers, places to go diving. And so that's why we're not competing with it. Those things are there and we love them. So that's why we've built a tool to support people's profiles and people's audiences on there.
So for like 20 years, the diving industry pretty much stagnated. People I know here working boats and everything that worked them in the 90s don't really see more or fuller boats, or didn't until very recently, even though the population has almost doubled, especially in somewhere like Florida. I do believe for all its fault, social media has been the renaissance of scuba diving.
It has, because there was no other way to really like find other divers or find other places if you didn't just hardcore search or just like show up at a location and find it. That's just how you had it. Yeah, like just walk around, ask around, see what's up, go to Google Maps, search scuba, find your spot. That's really the issue we're also trying to solve. So yeah, if it wasn't for social media, I think there would still be there wouldn't be any growth.
It's contagious. And like we were talking about a minute ago, it's visual. And now that we have good cameras underwater with us, on people's heads, everywhere, you know, there's sometimes too many of them stuck in all of our faces, right?
I want to share it with people. I want them to dive. I want them to experience it themselves.
So I think you did a great job of harnessing that. This is like some new energy and a new upward freight train going on in the scuba world right now. Really, any business, forget about diving, but especially diving with its visual appeal. If you ignore social media, it's a kiss of death.
At some point it will be, because somebody right next to you or another business or a different instructor who does have a big presence, people are going to be able to relate to it. They're going to be able to know what they're going in for. It's a high ticket sport or hobby to get into. And if you're going to spend that money, people want to do their research. And maybe before it was on reviews or word of mouth recommendation. But social media really allows for more transparency and more people to be visible that might not have been visible before. If you don't really have or are trying to have a presence on there, maybe not a kiss of death, but certainly going to be more successful for your counterpart next door who is using it.
You always have the nicer, softer terms than me. You're good at sort of equalizing it, bringing some levity to my strong worded.
I like that though. I mean, I appreciate it for sure. You know me, I gotta play it even ground. But yes, of course, you gotta have social media. That's why we also have one. I mean, we're an app. We have a community on there, thousands of people already. But in order to gain a bigger audience, to showcase more of the lifestyle and the community that you are, social's where people are at.
It is. It's where they're at. It's how they're connecting. It's how they're talking. This is another one I've really kind of been curious now that we've seen these and been looking at comments. Many of the comments we've seen together. Was there a particular comment in relation to the app at any point that still sticks with you?
There's a comment about certifications taking a little bit of time to be verified on your profile. However, we're using the same tools that all the businesses are using to verify those certifications. So we have access to the same exact databases. Not all those agencies list all 33 of your certifications when we look it up. So the databases that they have that are at least publicly available to all the businesses are not fully up to date. So if they're not fully up to date, it's going to be extremely hard for us to verify it as well and be up to date. People have commented sometimes that it's like taking forever for their verification, but we have no control over what the agencies decide to showcase publicly. The only little comment that has like stuck a little bit is like, it's taking forever. And it's like taking just as long as the shop would take. And at least with ours, the card is free and lives in your profile forever.
The thing that seems to resonate is just it works for all agencies and it doesn't matter who you're diving with.
It takes a while to verify because we want it to be accurate. We don't want somebody listing a course director if they're not. And
right.
So we'll make them wait an extra time period for us to accurately check that. So when it comes to social, there's always good things about it, which is why we built the share builder and why we want people to be able to see dive logs in a cool way. That's why we have it there. But you're always going to have the comments and you're always going to have the trolls. But, you know, if you don't have the trolls, maybe you're not doing so great.
I got trolls. I've got lots of trolls. That's for sure. I think they have their own little society under my house. Is there anything new coming out with the share builder? Like, is it in its pure final form or is there something else?
No, we're always going to be adding to it. For example, you can choose a photo that you have uploaded to your dive log or use the satellite image or a special buddy background. So there'll always be new backgrounds and new ways to display things. Then the current metrics are, you know, the dive site, the location, your depth. We're going to slowly be adding more metrics that you'll be able to customize with. And the newest one that's going to be coming out next month is going to be the dive shop that you dove with. So you can list that I dove the Sea Tiger in Honolulu with Dive Oahu with my image of the turtle on the wreck and share it straight to your Instagram story. This way, everyone will be able to see, wow, that's like a cool turtle on the wreck. They know what site it's at. They know what location. They even know what shop took you there. So those toggles and those customizations, we're going to be adding more. The newest one that's coming out next month is going to be adding the business, the shop, the resort, the live aboard that you dove with.
That one, that's been quite a matzo ball you've been working on there.
Yeah, we've been working on it. I'm excited for it to come out. It'll be out by DEMA. Businesses will be able to sign up and have their profile pages in the app, and all their team members link their pages in their buddy profiles as well.
All right, everybody, this is the thing I always try, and so far I've had very little luck doing. She's not going to break character, so I'm going to try it anyways. Alexis, do you ever get sick of working on this app?
When I do, I go diving.
See, she always has like the perfect
Yeah, of course, I'm a human being. I don't like to sit at the computer all day, every day. Everyone needs breaks. Generally, it's more than just the app. It's talking to people like you, and it's going diving, and it's meeting new buddies. And so generally, it's hard to say I don't like it. I chose to leave my career in advertising to do this because I like it. But everybody needs a break now and again.
Yeah, of course. If you didn't, we would think you were a psycho. But always with that polished answer. And this is not scripted. This is not scripted. We know you're a human being. Obviously, you live and breathe this. And yes, you said you dive to like de-stress. So I think that still helps you because that's developing your ability to connect. And you're out there still living and breathing it. And I'm with you. I feel the same with my stuff. I dive and then I have fun again. And it gives me all these new ideas. What recently, can you give me a specific thing that filled your cup?
We've had a lot of people start reaching out to us and wanting to work with us. And of course, you make a big effort to get a community together and reach out to people. And it's nice when people start coming to you and see the value in what you're providing and want to work with you. So I think that's always a showcase of, okay, we're like headed the right direction. We're going to keep going with this. Yeah, it's a dive log app, but what makes diving awesome is like diving with your buddies and like the people that you meet. And so now that we actually have our group of buddies that are growing, that's what fills our cup. It gives us more ideas. It gives us more feedback. It's always something new.
So you're getting some legit validation through really starting to see the following materialize. Like
Yes.
It's real.
Yes. Okay. You know, you always have this idea and you're always trying to like get something to fruition. And even when it's live, you're always working on it. But when the community starts coming to you, when they start to be very positive and giving you ideas, people always have feedback, but it's been generally very positive and people are excited and they're on the mission of getting everybody underwater and getting everybody diving. And so we're really finding a lot of like-minded partners that are like ready for the dive community to, you know, get to 2023.
What are you most looking forward to? Doesn't even have to be the app. Right now, as you sit in that chair in Mexico, by the way.
Taking my team members to go diving here. It's some of the best diving I've ever done. Sea lions everywhere, giant bait balls of fish. So right now, currently in Mexico with what we're doing, the thing I'm looking forward to most is showing people the diving here because I love it. And that's like the whole point. That's like the whole point of PADI actually. But being able to show just anyone really that's coming here, that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm counting down the days to go back to that dive.
You genuinely light up when you start talking about diving. So I think as long as that spark stays with you, I know that this is going to be the biggest thing. And I think that really, your source is coming from the right place. So I love that. Alexis, is there anything else we missed you want to add?
Not right now. Me and you will always catch up, you know, when there's more stuff to come about. Really, it's just trying to slowly seep our dive logs into social so other people start getting interested and want to dive with us.
Well, your energy is contagious. Keep it up. We'll talk again soon. We got more to cover. The next time I physically see you will be Dima, so I'm excited about that.
I'm excited.
So, yeah, New Orleans.
It's going to be great. It's going to be super fun.
If you want to support my channel, go to sweetwaterscuba.com. We have all the good stuff like the shirts, the hats, the stickers, everything. Autographed kids books are on there and wholesale opportunities for retailers. Don't forget, we're on almost every major channel, put out daily content, new stuff all the time. I'm on live all the time. So hopefully I'll see you on either TikTok, Kenny_Dial, Instagram, Sweetwater_Scuba, Facebook, just search me, or just search me in your browser, Kenny Dial. One of those should come up. Finally, the YouTube channel has all the podcasts and all of the short form stuff. It actually kind of has everything in one spot. Either way, I hope to see you on one of these apps, on one of these pages. Whatever connects us to the underwater world, I hope to see you there. Let's show the rest of the world the rest of the world.